It's Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog, and no lie, I've been waiting all day to do this. Shout out to FYF Sports and Players Choice, some of my favorite podcasters, and they had a debate, man, and I want to recap it. I want to, I like both of their channels, man. I do, I sincerely do, and I said to myself, I want to jump in this debate pool, but you got to be a student of the game. You can't just think you're going to jump in and do what they do in a 2 minute time span. They format is fire. They got a situation where you get 2 minutes around, you get a rebuttal round, then you get around and kind of freestyle and do whatever. I'm gonna let them explain it. We gonna recap it. Hopefully, my guy Leaf pulls up. I kind of wanted to recap it with y'all, but I'm the only one here, so I'll recap it by myself if I have to, which I really don't want to. But on with the show, man, because this was a good. This was good. This was good. Shout out to FYI Sports and Players Choice and True to King and everybody that was involved. Ace 30. I could go on and on. Too many to mention right now.
We got Bob. Both of these guys got their cameras on. True to King, you already familiar with the format. Bob is new here. I think y'all both heard me break down how this is going to go in y'all debate. Up next after this debate, we got SB Sports Talk and we got Chill Town. That one's going to be really good right now. But I want y'all to both cut your mics on. And I need y'all to both let the people know what are y'all debating and who has what side before we get it kicked off.
Go ahead, True.
I got Trey Young over there and Fox.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm. And so obviously,
listen, Andre B, you can pull up and help me be part of the recap. I'm not. I mean, yeah, I seen it all first watch and I gave my opinion on it, but I'm doing an official recap right now. So if you want to be part of this, you're more than welcome. Just let me know. I'll throw the link in the chat. We could get it. Man, I'll throw the link in the chat right now. It's because, yeah, I think I'm definitely trying to get in one of these debates. I already told True the King that you ain't gonna do me that way. Shout out to Big Ox though. There ain't no shade towards him. Like I said, he was 100 after the match. Shout out to him. I was actually, you know what I'm saying, trying to see what's up with him, but I ain't seen him, so I jumped on my stream. But yeah, man, we gonna get it going. From the first watch, I gave this to True to King. We gonna get into it together. We can have a dialogue about everyone, and how it could have went, how it should have went, that kind of thing. Everybody's saying Young Africa was robbed. I want to get a chance to sit down now and get a chance to watch it. I was on the move and I didn't hear the entirety of the debate to have a opinion on who won or not between Young Africa and Ticket TV. But shout out to both of them. You know what I mean? They definitely was the headliners of the show. But I don't, I'm waiting for Andre B, but I'm gonna get it going. I'm gonna get it going right now. So hopefully he pulls up.
See, True got Trey Young over De'Aaron Fox. I got De'Aaron Fox over Trey Young.
And so are we debating peak, just overall player?
Who better?
Yeah. Just who better? Who better? I believe I'm kind of arguing over who I would take if I was the organization. Kind of make it, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. That's cool, True.
That's no problem with me.
Okay, for sure.
All right, so there we have it right there. Well, look, both of you guys got your cameras on. I'm going to be putting you on the big screen when your time is up. I'm going to be running a 2-minute clock. When I say your time is up, and we got to move on to the next person. All right. Normally we put the timer on the screen, but since both of you guys got your cameras on, we might as well go ahead and get you on the big screen. So I got my timer ready right here. First round, remember, True to King is.
Yo.
What up, Breezy? What up?
Chilling, RJB, man. Did you see this debate? Everybody saying Young Africa got raw. What's going on?
Yeah, I watched the debate. I saw this first debate, but I didn't watch Chill's debate. But I watched Young Africa's debate, and me personally, I think Young Africa won because Ticket was harping on one point, and he was standing on the winning bias, and that's the only thing he said all the three times that he went. But
Okay.
Young Africa broke his. I don't want to curse,
We,
but he broke
yeah,
his stuff
nah,
down.
it's cool. It's cool, man. That's at night. Listen, we're gonna get into all that respectfully. We're gonna, do Big Ox and True the King first because they was the first debate. So hold on, Sixers of Frost say no, he was not there. A lot more to players than just their skills. Um, okay, okay, all right. You ready though, Dre?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Is the ranked debater. He's ranked number 3 in our most recent Chat GPT polls. Remember, I don't pick the rankings. Chat GPT picks the rankings. Some of y'all disagree. True is number 3, man. It's his opportunity now to prove it. Right? Was Chat GPT right about True the King? We're gonna find out now, but let's go ahead and get Bob on the big screen. And when you get on that big screen, as soon as you get on the big screen, that's where your time starts. And you're gonna break down to the people for your opening round on De'Aaron Fox. Go ahead and take off, Bob.
All right, yo, Dre. When he finishes opening round, me and you going to well, do you want to watch the whole thing, the whole debate, or
I'm down for anything, bro.
all right? So pretty much we going to, unless you stop me for a question, I'm gonna stop. Oh, I might stop to make a point or two, but truth, more than likely, I'm gonna let it rock until it's over, and then we'll have our opinions afterwards.
All right, bet.
Okay, so a lot of y'all know me. Y'all know I don't really want to do too much talking, so I might not need 2 minutes. But speaking about who's better between De'Aaron Fox and Trae Young, I'm not gonna focus too much on De'Aaron Fox right now. I'm gonna talk more.
All right, hold on, right there. I feel like that was Big Ox's first mistake right there.
Right.
Said, I don't do too much talking. I'm not going to need the 2 minutes. I think he needed the whole entire 2 minutes. Let's call it what it is. I don't know if you know or not, but FYF Sports Debates and Players Choice, they've been taking little, they've been wanting this to happen for a while. This is kind of like the precursor, the beginning of what is going to happen on the 8th. That's like the big battle. This is
Right.
just like the face-off, something light. But
The wild card.
yeah, I like this though. I like this. I like the Young Africa Ticket matchup. I like all of the matchups, but again, that's why I feel like he made his first mistake. I feel like Big Ox he shouldn't. He took away from himself, or it just gave to me an air of arrogance, like I'm about to crush him with whatever I'm about to say. And I don't know if his follow up was crushing him because True the King, you'll see he's fighting back in that next round. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it though.
Yeah.
More about Trae Young. I'm not gonna do the basketball thing and come up here and spit a whole bunch of stats either. So I'm gonna start with the fact that if you measure him up, Trae Young is significantly smaller than De'Aaron, which it makes it when you're guarding Trae Young, he's easy to box up. It's hard for him to get good shots off. He takes terrible shots. His shot selection is subpar at best. I don't think he's that great of a distributor. His stats tell a different tale, but I believe it's easy for any starting point guard in the NBA to dribble around for 20 seconds of the 24-second shot clock, kick it out to an open shooter, and you can get assists that way. Let me see. Trae he'll shoot you out of more games than shoot you into because, like I already said, his shot selection is subpar. He's more easy to guard. He doesn't really control the tempo of any game. That's pretty much it. Like, just speaking on Trae Young right now, those are my main points. Lamont, you can go ahead and let True get it.
All right, there he is right there. Let me put it back down right here. All right, so he had 30 seconds remaining. He did forego the remaining time. So we're gonna reset that timer. True the King, your first round. It starts now, man. Go ahead and cook.
Yo, let's get it. Hey, listen, Trae Young is better than De'Aaron Fox. I don't even think it should even be a debate. When it comes to who is a better player, who makes their teammates better, is obviously Trae Young. Trae is The question is De'Aaron Fox. Is De'Aaron Fox even the alpha on his team? Trae Young been the best player on his team since he got to the league. De'Aaron Fox was a role player coming into the league. So when it comes to who I'd rather take a guy that's been proven to be a best guy on could be a franchise player. De'Aaron Fox, there's still questions is if he can be a franchise player. So let's talk about the facts. You said he can't be a better playmaker, which is cap. Trae Young is one of the best passers in the NBA. So definitely better than De'Aaron Fox. So if you want to go there, when it comes to shooting out the games, well, De'Aaron Fox can't shoot at all. He shoots 32% in his career. So when you're talking about getting shots off, well, he can get his shots off better than De'Aaron Fox apparently. And free throw shooting. So which De'Aaron Fox shoot a low 70% and Trae Young shoots mid-80s. So if you come, that's the facts right there. Listen, Trae Young is a floor raiser. If you look at, he has not. If you look compared to what De'Aaron Fox has, a guy and Sabonis compared, who was the second guy that Trae Young had to go get with? Let's just be real. So when it comes to who I'd rather build with, is obviously Trae Young. When it comes to he's a clearly better offensive player. When it comes to defense, cool, I give you that. But De'Aaron Fox not an elite defender. So that he's not shutting nobody down. He's not locking nobody, so that's irrelevant. That don't mean anything. When it comes to who wins a franchise, it is proven it could be Trae Young. Time.
It's time. All right.
All right, so hold up.
That's the opening round, man. That's the
Right.
opening round. Y'all heard it.
All right. We after the whole battle, we could give our whole spill. Who you got round one? I got round one. I got True the King.
I got True the King, yeah, because he went straight to the point. He went straight to the point with who his choice was, and he started making his case for Trae Young. And I felt like that was also another mistake that Bob made, was instead of speaking for his guy, he went the other route, which, I mean, everybody debates differently, but I felt like in the first round he should have made his case more for De'Aaron Fox more than tarnishing Trae Young.
Right. Yeah, you said a lot of what I would say. And at the end of the day, I feel like Big Ox, he looks new to this. You know,
Right.
True the King looked like he knows his way around.
That's his
and again,
territory.
I'm getting some of this from Big Ox too. Like I said, I watched his live, I watched his stream, and he was pretty much came clean. Like, yo, look, I gotta sharpen up. I gotta get better. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta practice, basically. And he was just being honest. Like, he didn't duck no smoke. He was just real about it. So shout out to him.
Yeah, he was on the road, so you know.
Yeah. So all right. So that's a unanimous round one for True the King, right?
Right.
All right. Cool. Let's get to round two.
Remember, y'all start tabulating y'all votes right now, because I'm going to be putting that poll in the chat as soon as it's over. But this is the top. This is the top of the second round. We know that at the top of the second round, now True is your turn to go first. So True the King, man, you was just up.
For real.
You right back on the clock, True, in the second round. So True, go ahead and start with your second round conversation on Trae Young.
I mean, listen, man, when it comes to who I'd rather take, I'm taking a guy that has a higher PER. Where Trae Young was 22.2 and De'Aaron Fox, compared to De'Aaron Fox, is at 18.7. I'm going to take a guy that has a higher value over replacement than De'Aaron Fox. I'm going to take a guy in Trae Young that led a team to the Eastern Conference Finals with no other All-Stars on his team. I'm going to take a guy in Trae Young that's one of the best, like I said, not just one of the best. He's not just one of the best passers in the game. He's also one of the best scorers in the league. A couple years ago, he led the league in total points. De'Aaron Fox never did that. So when it comes to who I'm taking, it's obviously Trae Young. Trae Young, better shooter, better playmaker, better scorer, better floor raiser when it comes to elevating guys on his team, which De'Aaron Fox shown that he cannot do better than Trae Young. So let's get to that. Trae Young has always been the alpha on his team. De'Aaron Fox, at one point in time, was a role player. He had to work up to even be elite. De'Aaron Fox has just been started being in conversations of being an elite point guard. Trae Young has been the elite point guard since his second year in the NBA. What are we talking about? You talk about a guy, and Trae Young I've seen in the playoffs outplay guys who compete in best player in the world conversation. So when it comes to who I'm taking, is obviously Trae Young. Better true shooting percentage of a career at 58% compared to De'Aaron Fox, which is 55%. Better passer, of course. Which I don't even know why he mentioned his pass overrated, which is cap. So, Tom.
All right, that's time right there. You had a little time left, but we're going to go ahead. We're going to go. This is the bottom of the second round. Bob, you heard what he had to say, man. You had a lot of time to think on it, man. Y'all, second round starts now, man. Go ahead and cook.
I did have a lot of time to think on it. And true, I can't believe you told that lie. To say that De'Aaron Fox was a role player, De'Aaron Fox was never a role player. As soon as he came to the team, he had the reins. For you to say that Trae Young, that he's not the best player on his team, you're saying that we're questioning if he's even the alpha. That's, first of all, that's irrelevant. Second of all, it's not his fault that DeMontis is great. And for to be an alpha on the team, would you rather be the alpha of a weak pack or just be in the pack like Sacramento? Trae Young is easy to scheme against. De'Aaron Fox can get to the rim at will, so I wouldn't even consider Trae a better scorer. De'Aaron Fox is a 3-level scorer. He does shoot 32 from 3 range. I concede that, but he's a 3-level scorer. He can drive. The way he gets to the rim at will, nobody can stay in front of De'Aaron Fox. So he attacks the rim. He attracts defense. He actually creates offense. So at the end of the game, that's why he's the clutch player of the year. Because at the end of the game, he can take over a game where Trae Young can't. If Trae Young's not hitting 30-foot 3 balls in the fourth quarter, and he's trying to play hero ball, they lose. So he's easy to scheme against. You just keep him in front of you, just hand up and just let him shoot his team out the way. De'Aaron Fox does not have that problem. He is a top 5 defender at the point guard position. He's a top 5 point guard defender. So for you to say that he was barely mediocre as a defender is a lie. We can't even speak about Trae Young on the defensive end. Head-to-head matchup, Trae Young could never guard De'Aaron Fox. He could never stop De'Aaron Fox from getting anything he wants. Trae Young has one option on offense, and that's shoot up a crazy shot or hope that John Collins bails him out by throwing him a lob. John Collins is not there anymore. So that's it right there. De'Aaron Fox is actually a 3-level scorer. You lied and said that he wasn't a good scorer. He is a better facilitator than Trae Young. Trae Young only gets his shots to his teammates when he's boxed up. If you ask me, Trae Young is like a small version of Luka with lesser of an IQ.
That's time right there.
Okay.
All right, man. This is the final round, man. Y'all
hold
heard what
on.
they had to say.
All right, so round 2, I feel like Big Ox understood that True the King is coming to whoop his ass. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
True the King first round was heavy. Like, yo, I'm coming here, you know what I mean, letting you know what it is. He ranked, so he's ranked number 3 over there, whatever. Right? So he ranked number 3. And Big Ox is unranked. You know what I mean? And this comes from the system that FYF Sports Debates has as far as debates. You know, players' choice, some more so that sometimes they talk in basketball, but and they get into debates, you've seen it. But FYF Debates is a debate podcast. It's a basketball debate podcast. I went there, but again, I ain't never get in a debate, but I think that's a good place to take somebody who you want to debate. You know what I'm saying? You put them in that format right there, and then, you know, you get busy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you get to work.
Yeah, I like the format. And I like the fairness in the 2 minutes. Now, that was close, but if I had to, judge it like a round, like boxing, I would say 10-9 Big Ox. 10-9 Big Ox. He did not knock down True the King with that. True the King, he fought back in that. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I still give it to Big Ox because, you know, he responded to what happened in the first quarter. Like if it's basketball, Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, first quarter, True the King came out, gave him that. You feel me? Let
Yeah,
him know,
he
like, yo,
came
this
out
is
with
what
the
it
11.
is. You know what I mean? Like, he ranked. He, like I say, he know what he doing. You know what I mean? Big Ox, he knew this. This is the first time he been on a debate show. You know,
Right.
I think this is a one that we'll view and we'll look back because I think Big Ox is coming back. Like, I don't think this is the end of Big Ox. You know what I'm saying? I think he's gonna, you know, like, yeah, that happened, but you know what I'm saying? I'm back now. You know what I mean? I got the utmost confidence that Big Ox is going to show up next time, in the first round, in the first quarter, metaphor,
Yeah,
whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
think he went on a 11-8 run in the second round. You know, he
mhm.
came back, and I think with
Yeah, he went
him,
on a run, right?
yeah, he did went on a run, and I think with him
Second
going
quarter, he went on,
second, I
yeah.
think with him going second kind of made him think about what to say more. Because the first time that he went, he didn't really know what to expect. But the second time, when True the King went, he knew exactly how to rebuttal. Even though I disagree with what Big Ox said that De'Aaron Fox is a better facilitator than Trae Young. I mean, I don't think so. But he debated his arguments better than what True the King said. True the King was sticking more to advanced analytics, which I mean, I don't really like advanced analytics, to be honest with you. With
Well, see,
the
my thing is
PER,
that's the thing about it. And again, my thing is too with FYF Sports Debates, Lamont, the way he had picked the panel to actually be the judges. Like these niggas, what? Like, hold on, like what? And then I think Dub came in, then Chill. I mean, Chill, he called it for True the King, but as a debate show, like you need to get more experienced guys that know what they doing when they come to judge it. Like me, I'm neutral. I ain't part of nothing. You ask me, I'm a problem. You know what I'm saying? I debate anybody on any show. You know what I mean? Like, cause I do a podcast and I've been doing that shit for like 2 years, like every week. And I'm doing it, and I always debate this guy for fun. You know, shout to KVN who run the City of the Podcast. You know what I'm saying? We always debate. And you
right?
know, I had seen them too, but I'll say that for later. Shout out to the podcast is coming on at 11 a.m. on Saturday. Please be there, be square, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Round two, yeah, man. I got Big Ox not clearing it like a knockout or no shit like that. But like you say, he went on a run. I give
Yeah,
it, you know what I'm saying? I give it
he
the
won the quarter.
yeah, right. He won that quarter. Facts. He tie the game with that going into the third round? That's because this is only 3 rounds. Did he tie the game? That is the question. Was Ox enough? Was Ox second round enough to cover his first round and then hold him down in the second round? Because it definitely held him down in the second round. Like it's kind of like he rebutted a lot of the stuff that True the King said in the first and the second round, but it's just like 2 minutes versus 4 minutes almost. I mean, not 2 minutes, but Ox stopped short. Like it, so it was like 3 minutes versus 4 minutes. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
So I think that went to, you know what I mean? Ox got to make sure he used that whole clock. You feel what I mean?
Right. Yeah, he ain't use the whole clock the first time, so
Yeah.
that kind of hurt him.
Yeah. Besides that, like I said, this is a good ass battle. Yo, what up, Barry? Barry was at the park. We was playing basketball in the same place that the Nets same place that the Nets do practice in the park before the season start.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we have our annual basketball game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wanted to pull up, but I was working.
Yeah,
But, I mean,
nah,
next
that's
year,
okay.
next
Yeah,
year.
nah, but no, that's on us. That's us for us to you saying that's us to be motivated. That's motivation for us to, you know what I'm saying, make sure we get it done, keep going and keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Keep it growing, keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is
Yeah.
real, you know. It makes me respect basketball players even more. You know what I mean? The actual work it takes to be ready for a game and then to compete at a high level and then be tired but still have enough in the tank to get it done at the end. Like, yo, when you out there like me, I'm a player. I'm gonna get back to the podcast, but like I'm a player and I'm just saying contrasting to what it is to different style of players. Like I'm not always the guy that's going to score the last basket. You know what I'm saying? But if
Mm-hmm.
you got a guy that you can go to that score buckets anytime, even a lad like you need them for this bucket, and you know you could go to this guy, that shit is special, man. Yo, listen, when I won the game, and well, when we won the game, and it was my teammate that was scoring all the points. He was hot all game. I mean, yeah, I contributed, but I wasn't scoring buckets like him. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm just saying it means a lot in basketball. But again, you know, I heard their points, and to what I was saying about Ox and True the King, I think that he held himself down in that first round. I won't say that he tied it up. I say he kept it close. He made it single digits. That run made it single digits. Going into the third, I still edged True the King as far as momentum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Word. So how you see that?
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think I still got True the King, but it's much closer than it was compared to the first round. Because the first round, True the King had it going like by double digits, but now it's like you said, it's single digits now.
Word. Yeah. So it's not the double digits; it's single digits.
Right.
Facts. All right, let's get into it.
Say now we back again. Now, Big Eye, this is your final round. We call this the rebuttal round. Your rebuttal round is 2 minutes as well. Bob, it's your turn to go first in this round, and True is going to go ahead and close it out. So we're going to go ahead and get Bob back up on the big screen, and your third round, your rebuttal round starts now.
Okay. If I was to also take it as far as who would I choose in my organization, I would also look at it as what type of player are you, what type of person are you in my locker room. Trae Young has already ran off 2 coaches. De'Aaron Fox has shown to be nothing but coachable. Trae Young tries to run the organization like he's the GM, like he thinks he's LeBron James, one of these guys that controls the organization, and he's done a very bad job of doing that. He's missed out on 2 good coaches, including Nate McMillan, who all Nate McMillan wanted him to do was play a little defense and be a true point guard as far as facilitating. De'Aaron Fox is a stand-up guy in the locker room. He brings professionalism to your team. So, and you know, that's pretty much it as far as that goes. Lamar, I don't really got too much. I think I made my point in the round 2.
Damn.
All right, man. He left he felt confident. He left over a minute on the clock, man. True the King, man.
Nah, I gotta pause it right there.
Yeah, bad
I'm
decision.
not feeling that. I'm
Bad
not.
decision.
That's too much arrogance. That's too much of you know what I mean? Like, you should hold 2 minutes.
He pulled the Trae Young.
This the third round. He trying to bite your head off the first 2 rounds, and your ass talking about I'm done. Like what? I'm what? Like what? Do you keep going? Like,
hey, Breezy,
like
he pulled up. Breezy, he pulled up from half
court.
court.
Lied to some shit like Charlie Clips. Like
he pulled up from half court with about 20 seconds left on the shot clock.
Right. It was 20, right? 24 seconds on the shot clock. He said, "This from deep." That shit.
Come on, Bob. Come on, man.
Damn. So, you know, right there, like with everything that he was saying about being a stand-up guy, I would have like doubled down on that shit. Like,
right.
Fuck it. Like, yeah, man, you know how you gonna fire 2 coaches? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he just think that he not the problem, ain't nothing that he gotta work on. Like, that's his role as a star, this and that. I would have been, what? Yeah, the way I would have been spitting, this is what I'm saying. I would have been ready. Like, I came at not all of them like on some arrogance, like I'm that guy. Like, I got a lot of respect for all the guys that was on the panel. Like, I'm talking heavy because I'm a fan and I'm on the outside for the most part. But like I said, I got experience. I've been doing this shit every week for like 2 years. So shit, they don't come out. This confidence don't come out of nowhere. Shit, hold on. So hold it down. But what I will say is they good at what they do, and to be in a situation where you on a hot spot for 2 minutes and you got to remember everything you fucking practiced and thought of and all of that in that 2 minute time span is different. I understand being on that hot seat is different from being a fan. From afar, it's easy to say, oh yeah, you should have said this and you should have said that. So I just want to get that out of the way as we do this recap.
Yeah.
Shout out to Big Ox, shout out to True the King, shout out to FY Sports. Hold on, we're gonna get into round 3 though. I got True the King. I'm gonna be honest with you. What he said up until cutting off, I felt like he took the lead. I'm serious. He took his foot off the gas, right? Big Ox Bob took his foot off the gas, and that's what happened. Right there. As soon as he got the lead, he took his foot off the gas. And True the King did. All right, we gonna get into it, and that's how I look at it.
Go ahead, man. Your time starts now. You got the final rebuttal, final say so in this, and people in the chat start tabulating your votes. I'm gonna be dropping the poll as soon as True the King is done. But True the King, your time starts now, man.
First of all, I never said De'Aaron Fox was a mediocre defender. I just said he wasn't elite. And in him being a top 5 defensive point guard, no, he's not. When it comes to then he also keeps saying about De'Aaron Fox is a better passer. No, he's not. No, he's not. Trae Young, his career average 89 assists a game in his career. De'Aaron Fox is 6'7". That's a big difference. Trae Young, a better scorer of the basketball, average more points in career, average more assists, has more success in the NBA as a franchise player. And yes, De'Aaron Fox was a role player as a rookie. He averaged 11 points a game, shooting 41% from the field. Trash. De'Aaron Fox shoots a low 70% from the free throw line. That is trash. So when it comes to who I'm taking as the franchise player, I'm gonna get a guy that can at least get some free throws and can shoot a jumper. De'Aaron Fox, yes. Is he dynamic as a scorer in his own right? Yeah, but not the same level as Trae Young. Trae Young led a team to the Eastern Conference Finals. De'Aaron Fox has never did that. He has never did that in his career. So I'm gonna take a guy that's led a team to a conference finals and was 2 games away to the finals, and he did it being hurt. So I'm taking. Listen, it's not even a debate, man. De'Aaron Fox just became a elite point guard conversation. Trae Young has been in elite point guard conversation for since his second year. We're talking about a guy. Trae Young is a 2-time All-Star, 1-time All-NBA. De'Aaron Fox just came to the party. When it comes to floor raising, making teammates better.
That's time right there, True. That's time right there, True. All right, there y'all have it right there. I'm gonna be bringing people up for the panel.
Nah, I ain't even getting into the panel. That panel is, oh man. Yo, hold on. I got True the King winning that just off of the fact that Ox ended early. Ox had the lead. I think that True the King got the rebuttal for 2 minutes, and he had something to the rebuttal. You know, it wasn't just like he was trying to play De'Aaron Fox. He upped his guy. You know, and I think that's a tactic. Like, you got to know how to rebuttal. Like, there's various ways to rebuttal. I'm not one to, say how, but what I will say is, just listening to it. First, it was entertaining. You know what I mean? Shout out to the for the culture. You know what I'm saying? That was beautiful. Facts. And we call it, like, again with the KV, and we call it like cook culture, where you get cooked. You can definitely get cooked. That's why I pull out the pan and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might use that on there. That should be funny as hell. Nah, but I give it to True the King. I feel like he tied the game, and then he didn't stop until the clock stopped. You know what I'm saying? That shit is just some obvious shit I pay attention to. Like, he didn't stop till he got stopped. Like, he was just going to keep going. And Ox felt the need to, you know what I mean, stop early. So just in the fact that it seemed like True the King was more hungry for it. It was like Big Ox took a light, like, oh, there's some light shit. But I think he took it seriously after that. I'm interested to see the bounce back. I want to see what's going on. But, yeah, I don't know, man. You want to watch the panel? I want to jump into the next battle, for real.
Let's go to the next battle. I think that was Chill. I didn't watch that, so.
Yeah, that was the one with Chill. Here you go.
What are you guys debating? Who has what topic? And then we're going to kick it off with Chilltown first, because he's the unranked debater here. And we're going to run it just like we did the last round. Go ahead and tell everybody what we debating and who has what side.
We are debating who was better at their peak Derrick Rose or Russell Westbrook? Obviously, y'all know I got D Rose, and OG got Russell Westbrook.
Okay, so Derrick Rose peaks
Peak.
versus Russell Westbrook. This is going to be interesting right here. And what I'm going to do is I got my clock ready. Both these brothers got their cameras on. So what I'm going to do is I'm putting Chilltown. As soon as you get on the big screen, your 2 minutes starts then. So go ahead, Chilltown. Let's hear you cook on Russell Westbrook.
Well, you and I had a conversation, FY, a long time ago. We talked about which top 5 was the hardest to crack. And you said it was the 2-guard spot. I felt like it was the 5 spot. Well, right behind the 5 spot, I feel like it's the point guard spot because that's the general. That's the guy who's leading your crew. That's the guy who's got to be the smartest. That's the guy who has to make sure that everything on the floor runs smoothly. Well, when you got a lead guard, you have to know that position right from the beginning. Russell Westbrook comes into the NBA and he has to get converted from the 2-guard to the lead guard. And once getting converted from the 2-guard to the lead guard, that gets compounded by running with a scorer in Kevin Durant. Well, I got to run with this guy, and I got to know where he needs the basketball. I got to know how he needs the basketball. Do I get him the ball off the bounce? Do I get him the ball in transition on the fly? How do I get this guy the ball? How do I get everybody else involved? And he's learning this on the fly at the highest level. And he's excelling every season. Every year, Russell Westbrook's numbers had gone up. He went from 15 to 19. He went from 15 to 17 to 22. Russell Westbrook had a 4-year stretch right from the beginning where he went 19-8 to start his career. And this is a guy coming from converting from the 2-guard to the point guard spot. And his team was making the playoffs, right? Not only was his team making the playoffs, they were going deep into the playoffs early on. I mean, don't get me wrong. They didn't when they first, that's how they got James Harden. They didn't right from the beginning, but right after that, they started making runs in the playoffs. And Russell Westbrook was a huge addition, and he was a huge reason why they were doing that. Russell Westbrook played at a high level. He was one of the better defenders at his position. Not only was he one of the better defenders at his position, he did leave some to be desired, but he was one of the better defenders at his position. And with all of that being said, one of the better distributors. People will give him slack for him turning the basketball over. Russell Westbrook was still a plus at a 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio during that time, running with Ibaka, running with Russell, running with Kevin Durant, running with James Harden. And on top of that, converting again from the 2-guard spot to the point guard spot. So Russell Westbrook.
That's time. All right.
See,
that's a strong one. That's a strong
until,
first round, man. Y'all heard it. That's Chilltown.
You see how he ain't stopped?
Right. Unanimous.
Right. So it's like he's used to debating. Like he just kept going. He used the clock. All right, we're gonna get into SB jump. But I like Chill's debate, you know what I mean? I seen how I would have approached it, but that's for another day. Hold on, we're gonna get into SB.
Okay. SB, number 2 seed over here, number 2 ranked in the power rankings.
16 seed by the chat was.
Your time starts now.
Wait,
man.
Breezy.
All right, so look, when we go to the conversation, we're talking about peak. We don't come into the beginning stages of career. Like, yes, we do career-wise. I can't argue Russell Westbrook. My brother Derrick Rose's career was short. We talk about peak for peak. We really comparing their MVP season because during Russell Westbrook's real peak, he was really a number 2. So now we got to compare number 1 and number 2, or we can just compare when they both was the number 1 guy. And that really was the MVP year because when Westbrook won his MVP, that was when KD left. And then right after he won his MVP, he got Paul George, Carmelo Anthony, which we can always tell about the fair, but I'm going to get into that later. So we're really comparing they both MVP seasons. Derrick Rose was more impactful. Derrick Rose was the number 1 guy. Derrick Rose didn't really settle for a team. Now, if you go from stat and just looking at a stat-wise, I guess, but then you got to talk about Westbrook's shooting percentage. You got to talk about his turnovers, how he cost his team the game, even in such historic book MVP caliber season. You know how it ended with him, with how he got the record? I mean, for Oscar Robertson shooting a bad game-winning shot. But that's pretty much Westbrook style. Bad turnovers, bad shots. But we go look at Derrick Rose, dominating, game-winning shots, very impactful. Derrick Rose lost 2 of his best players for half the season in Boozer and Noah, and he had Kirk Thomas and Taj Gibson starting, and he still led his team to 60 wins. And he led that team to the Eastern Conference Finals. Westbrook never couldn't get past the first round at his peak. So you got Rose, who's more dominant in every way, shape, and form at that peak. Because we're not talking about career-wise. Russell Westbrook, great. Because if the triple-double was so great, why Westbrook didn't win it more and more times? We just see something historic, and then we have to say, oh, that's nice. Then we look at the true player that he is. When we look at Derrick Rose, people used to get the Derrick Rose flu to guard Derrick Rose. No player could not stop him at that point in time. Point blank, period. So I'm going to take Rose at his peak because when you look at the peak longevity, so that's what this whole round, I want to narrow it down. Don't look at careers. We really comparing their MVP. So when your peak for peak, when you the number one guy who really dominated and executed more and did not hurt their team on the back end, and it's easily Derrick Rose. Time.
That's time.
Oh, well, I was on cue. I was on point. So no, don't say I left no time on the clock.
You was there. All right, so SB, you went second that round, but we know that you go first in the second round. So you right back on the big screen. Now Chilltown has the time to sit back and kind of analyze what you got to say. Your second round starts now, man. Go ahead and cook.
Now I kind of harped on Westbrook. Let's get to Rose for a little bit in the beginning. So Rose came into the league and instantly became historic. Yeah, he came up averaging like around 16, 15 around rush range, then improved his points. And when Derrick Rose really took his first step of becoming elite and started getting to that peak form, it was when he broke, or though he tied Kareem record as a rookie, scored the most points in their first game in the playoffs, dropped to 36. Instantly impactful. Then he goes the next year, boosts his numbers up, and then he goes another year. That's the MVP season. All his stats goes up. And if you compare the MVP seasons from 1 to 2, when they're both their peak at the number one guy, Rose had a better. Imagine Russell Westbrook controlled the ball more, had a higher usage rate and more turnovers. Derrick Rose team had a better offensive rating. Derrick Rose team had a better defensive rating. Their pace was great. And I know what everybody's saying. Rose only averaged 25 points. At that point in time during the league leader in scoring was Kevin Durant, and he averaged 27. So Derrick Rose in his MVP season was only 2 points behind that. But you're going to say Russ Westbrook averaged 30, and he did lead the league. But after Westbrook, it was 30, 29, 20. I think when it got past to the 27-point part, after that, it was like the seventh person. And that's what Derrick Rose was at. So he's still at the same peak point of scoring with the league average at that point in time. Now I'm going back on the Russ Westbrook case. You have to acknowledge the truth about Russ. Russ does not look as good as the guy at his peak. Everybody else has to come on and be secondary. Russ don't get as far unless he's the secondary guy, or really with Kevin Durant, because the proof is in the pudding. He went and got, after the MVP season, got Carmelo Anthony, Paul George. It didn't work out. And once after that didn't work out, they broke the team apart. Once they broke the team apart, they sent Russell Westbrook to the Rocket and sent Chris Paul to the Thunder. And you know that Chris Paul led that same Thunder team, who was weak and everybody Russ didn't want to stay with, to the playoffs, and they was only 5 games behind. And they took that same Russell Westbrook to 7 games. Russell Westbrook's shooting percentage is god awful. His every point of time, his turnovers once again.
That's time right there. All right, man. That's your second round. Chilltown, you had time to kind of let that marinate.
I ain't gonna lie, yo. I feel like SB fought back, man.
Around.
Yeah, he did.
Starts now.
Well, I feel you seen that go blue? My bad.
Yeah.
But yo, I don't know, man. How you feel about round 2? And just from round 1 to round 2, I was kind of letting it flow. Just to I wanted to see SB rebuttal.
Yeah, I was kind of saying that Chill had a unanimous, but after SB went that round 1, man, I got SB, man, because he did it for me when he said that, you know, Rose lost his 2 players and still led his team to 60 wins. But yeah, that point, that was a huge point right there.
Right. No, I think his rebuttal in the beginning is how he had Chill, because he said, like, all that don't matter because we talking about the MVP season. And he kind of like reiterated the same thing for a few seconds, right? And I think that took away from his debate. I think he could have utilized that time. And like I said, shout out to all of the, you know what I mean? The ones that did it, because again, I'm a fan. I'm watching. It's easy to say what y'all could have did. I know it's different on that hot spot, but I plan to get there.
Right.
But
and you're learning too.
Yeah. I'm a student in the game, man.
Exactly.
Word. I think that SB, he should have harped on that part and then like went heavy with it, and then like skirt off and like in a way where you said all that, but it don't mean nothing. Like put emphasis on it, like he was too nice. Now I know they cool, like he had that approach, like, you know what I mean. But this is a debate, and the thing is, I feel like Chill got the advantage because of the reputation in it, and it proceeds to like himself, like he's really that good. You know what I'm saying? I think he's one of the better he's one of the better players in this game, for lack of better words. You know what I'm saying? Like he's definitely one of the more knowledgeable. He's like they call him an encyclopedia of basketball. This is what they call it. Yo, I ain't been kicking with him. I be getting my shit from Google, like, and then some of the stuff that I know because I read. And you feel me? Like I read books, and I'm reading this book, and I kick it with him about that, and he just be knowing that shit on the spot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that, it's always good. Like I always tap into the show. You know what I mean? So I thought that SB held his own. I thought his rebuttal in that second round about it, he said then he wanted to get to Rose. But I think the part where Chill win is saying the peak between Westbrook and Rose is different because of durability. And Westbrook has that over Rose. Then I kind of gave it the Chill right there. You feel what I'm saying? Like, damn, that's hard to get past. They always said the same thing about Rose. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
So you got Chill in the first round?
The first round, I wanted to give it to SB. I thought it was close. I call it like 10-9. It's kind of like I can't call it a tie. Gotta call it either way.
Mm-hmm.
It's really close though.
It is close.
I like SB rebuttal. I will watch it again, but I ain't gonna lie. I might have to edge SB because his rebuttal was that don't matter. Who cares if he was a 2 guard? I would have said he couldn't shoot. That's why he ain't with no 2 guard. And you know what I'm saying? Like,
that would have been huge.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, it's easy for me to say that as a fan. Like, to be on a spot and think of that and say that, that's different. Like, I stopped it. I paused it. Me and you done kicked it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is not easy, I don't imagine. But again, like I said, I got a little bit of experience. So, I think I think I'll do well. You know what I'm saying? It's only one way you gotta try. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna see what's happening. But if I had to call it, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna say SB because of that. Because it don't matter that he had to transition from 2 guard to 1 guard. He's putting dressing on a salad. Yeah. So what? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we're not here for that. You know what I'm saying? But they let him get away with that because of reputation or whatnot. Again, like I say, I'm different. Like I said, I would do this and that, but like we'll see. It would be an honor if I debated Chill. You know what I'm saying? Or SB. SB pulled up before, you know what I mean? I called him out because he said something about the Brooklyn Nets, you know me. And he pulled up. He was ready though. I ain't gonna lie. That shit went flat, man, quick. Like me and him, we went at it real quick. It was like we went at it about because his favorite team is Chicago. He said his shit, I said my shit. Then it was like, you know what I'm saying? He said what he said. He was we were both right. So I ain't never, you know what I mean, look at it like I cooked him. I definitely didn't cook him, you know what I mean? And he is somebody that do not debate. I got big respect for SB. Shout out to SB.
Facts.
Chill too, man. They both nice. But yeah, if I had to call it, I'm gonna say SB that first round, but I give it to Chill that second round because he emphasized it, and then he said, "I don't gotta bring a guy that." Hold on, did he say that in the third round? Or did he say that?
I think that was the third round, probably.
Right. He's like, I ain't got it, but then he said that what he said. So, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like these 2 minutes they happening so fast. I'm so into it. Like I kind of connected. You know what I mean?
Right.
All right, hold on. We're gonna get through it because see, to me, and I say that to say, like, it's not like the other debate where you could see there was a big lead going into like the second or third quarter or whatever, how you want to call it, right? Yeah. But this one was close going into the second quarter. You feel what I'm saying? However you call that, but you got to call it one way. You can't call it like that. You feel what I mean?
Yeah.
But I like SB rebuttal. I might have to edge it to SB. But that second round, when you mentioned that durability, that mattered. You know what I'm saying? Like, the 60 wins, but like, what else? You know what I'm saying? We talk about they peak, but like, what else? And I kind of edged that. So going into the third, I got Chill up by a little bit, not by a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How you call it?
I mean, let me just watch. I don't want to, make a judgment now. Then, have to change it.
I'm gonna play it right now.
All right.
Well, the reason why I started with how Russell Westbrook became a point guard is because it's important to discuss when you're talking about a guy getting to that peak, because you got to see where it started at. So Russell Westbrook converting from the 2 guard to the point guard spot, now not just converting from the point guard to the 2 guard spot, now becoming elite. This is the same Russell Westbrook when you brought up the fact of Kevin Durant leading the league in scoring. Just so you know, Kevin Durant was on the crew when Russell Westbrook led the league in scoring as well. So not only did he lead the league in scoring, he also was a double guy running around with Kevin Durant. Now, when you're talking about a guy in having a peak, one of the things that has to be remembered when you're talking about a peak, how long did you do it? Well, Derrick Rose wasn't around very long. The reason why Derrick Rose wasn't around very long is because he couldn't stay healthy. Russell Westbrook, on the other hand, stayed healthy. And not only did he stay healthy, he was a plus for his unit, taking that team to the Western Conference Championship 3 times in 5 years, even if he was as a number 2. But once actually Kevin Durant left, his numbers went up. He led the league in scoring again. His rebounding went up. His assist total went up. All of this stuff went up. Now, the fact that he averaged the turnovers that he averaged, he still was a plus. Still with a 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio and taking pups to the playoffs. And since you on the subject of playoffs, Russell Westbrook, his team was in the playoffs every year that he was the lead guard. So with that being said, we're talking about a guy who was a plus, who was a better athlete, not only a better athlete, who was a better transition player, whose team was a plus while he was on the floor. The reason why they were as good as they were was because of Kevin Durant, and Russell Westbrook compounded that. And when Kevin Durant left, we saw actually how good Russell Westbrook was. I don't need to see anything else or talk about anybody else once I'm talking about Russell Westbrook as one of the elite guards, because this is a guy who at his peak was 27-10. I believe that he was running with the league MVP, not just the league MVP, but the league leading scorer when the 4-year stretch he was averaging 27-10. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. That's time now.
Damn.
It's your second round. Both of you guys been cooking.
Man.
Third round is back on Chilltown. This is your rebuttal round. Rebuttal round. Use it wisely, however you want to use it. Just as a reminder, you use your rebuttal round. You can attack their talking points, credibility, whatnot, or you can just double down what you got to say. But that's the rebuttal round. But Chilltown, you on the big screen. Your time starts now.
Well, one of the things that I try not to do when we're talking about I don't need to tear somebody down to make somebody else's case. I don't need to talk about Derrick Rose's inefficiencies. I don't need to talk about the fact that Derrick Rose in 2011 in the Eastern Conference Championship completely got bottled up and shot under 40%, which is the main reason why they lost that playoff series. I don't need to talk about that. What I do need to talk about, however, is I need to talk about Russell Westbrook and the time that he was in Oklahoma City when Kevin Durant left and everybody expected that team to go to pieces. Everybody expected that team to go straight under. In fact, he has an historical season. Not only does he have an historical season, he takes a team with a young Victor Oladipo, a young Sabonis, not only a young Sabonis, Steven Adams, and a Kevin Roberson, and a bunch of other cast-off, and he takes that team in a nightmare Western Conference, takes them to the playoffs, and is very competitive. In the process of them being competitive, he wins the league MVP. And with him winning the league MVP proves that what I was doing with Kevin Durant was legit. And I can also say that I could hold up. Durability is one of your best attributes. Once again, I care about what you did, I care about how long you did it, and I care about who you did it against. And Russell Westbrook, durability was never questioned. Not only was durability never a question, him being converted from the 2-guard to the point guard spot, that was even better because he thrived at it. And he did it in a time when it was a guard-heavy league, winning the league MVP.
All right.
That's a tough act.
Let's just stop his time right there. He left a little bit of time on the clock, but you know what? I think he put in work right there. But SB, this is your rebuttal round. You got the last say so in this. Your time starts. Your time starts now.
See, I wrote a couple stuff down when I like from the beginning. Right, you brought up smartness. We don't see that a lot with Westbrook and how he does the ball. You brought up he switched from the PG too. I give you that. And you talk about smoothness. I don't think his jump shot is smoothness. I don't think his scoring ability brings smoothness. I don't think his shot selection, his mentality brings smoothness because you see in the playoffs. I love how you bring up playoff drop. You go look at Westbrook. I don't got to tell you, he significantly drops in the playoffs. He significantly looked terrible. All that triple double 30 points scoring don't look like that in the playoffs.
Right.
Also, I love how you brought up how Russell made his teammates better. Yeah, he did that at the 2 guard. You know, when the other team have to pregame for the main guy, I guarantee in the pregame, in the game notes, they say Russell Westbrook's going to give us the ball up. And he does do that. Derrick Rose had the game plan against him. I don't believe Russell Westbrook ever had a series good against, like Derrick Rose did his MVP season against the Atlanta Hawks, when he put up great numbers. Every time Russell Westbrook goes to playoffs, all his numbers drop. Every single number drop. And I love how you brought up his teammates. Derrick Rose only had Noah Boozer, Ding, a young Jimmy Butler, Kurt Heinrich. Russell Westbrook led with KD, PG, Harden, Melo, Kawhi, and the farthest he got us to one finals appearance, and he won over 60 games once. Derrick Rose, only thing Derrick Rose didn't do was go to the finals. That's it. Derrick Rose brings more to a team, impactful. Yeah, like I said, I can't argue the longevity fact. Derrick Rose's peak was very short, but Russell Westbrook's peak was very short as the number 1 guy, because every other time you could bring up Westbrook was either winning or look okay, he was a number 2 guy. He didn't look good as a number 1 guy. Only thing he did as a number 1 guy was average a triple-double, and it helped on with the narrative because everybody was dishing KD wrong, and he had the OKC as a 6 seed. You tell me you comparing a guy peak who had a number 1 seed, 60 win game MVP season to a 6 seed, 40+ win game with a narrative of everybody hating on his teammate. We can't do that. So when you look at everything from top to bottom, peak to peak, now if we want to ask who's the better Scottie Pippen guy, sure. But when you're talking about you the number 1 guy, you're Brown on your team, you the Jordan on your team, what did you do and what did you impact? Yeah, Derrick Rose led 60+ wins, MVP season, led to the Eastern Conference Final. Russell Westbrook.
That's time. Yeah. That's time. Hey, that was a good one right there. The poll is up now. I got some people in here already for the panel vote. Some new names.
How you call that?
Wait, let me ask you a question before. So with SB, with his final round, you like how he attacked Westbrook instead of making his point for D Rose, or you kind of okay with that?
Nah, I thought that was excellent. You know, okay. I thought SB attacked his playoff acumen, for lack of, I don't know if that makes sense or not, but how well he did in the playoffs. Yeah, that was important to say, and to say that, we talking about when he was the number 1 guy, not the Robin. You know what I mean? Like, we specifically talking about the peak. All of this other stuff ain't the meat and potatoes. It's not really what we talking about. Like, yeah, all of that stuff is true, but it's not what we debating. And I think SB needed to hammer that home more, because listening to Chill and him spitting facts, you could get lost into that.
But don't you think that's not fair? Because Westbrook was the number 1 guy for like 3 seasons. That's not a huge sample size to kind of really tear down on Westbrook. But D Rose was a guy for like 5 or 6 seasons with the Bulls.
But that's what I'm saying. Again, did you hear that from SB?
Wait, say it again. I didn't hear you.
Did you hear that from SB? Did you hear him attack Chill's debate like that?
Yeah.
What you mean?
Now, when he brought up the fact that Westbrook as a number 1, I mean, he didn't really attack Westbrook as a number 1. He attacked Westbrook as a number 2, because he said Westbrook only went to the finals 1 time, and that was when he was the second option, because KD was there, and that was early in Westbrook's career.
Okay. I don't know. I kind of like SB's rebuttal, basically saying like, yo, that don't matter. And when Rose was that guy, he went to the Eastern Conference Final. I like that. This SB Chill debate is closer than I thought. You know what I'm saying? Because Chill spit nothing but true shit. But at the end of the day, that's not the debate. So if I say, yo, I got 4 oranges, right? You feel what I'm saying? But again, like I said, it's for 2 minutes. So again, his debate is layered. So he's just adding to what he's saying by saying these other things. But that's why it's hard to take away from what Chill debating style is. You feel what I'm saying? Like he'd be like, yo, I'm saying that to say this. You feel what I mean? And then he, articulated his debate that way. It's kind of, again, like I say, he's tough. He's a tough act. You know what I mean? But SB gave him a run for his money.
He did.
And this is something that I will play back too. And I know they gave this to Chill. You know, it was kind of like a unanimous decision, but I don't know, man.
I give it the Chill too, but I don't think it's unanimous. Like, it was very close than what people actually exaggerated the scores to be.
Mm-hmm.
It was very close.
I'm thinking 88, 89. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Like,
I think Chill kind of, he got him with when he said, "I care about what you did, how long you did it, and who you did it against." I think that was so huge because Westbrook was in the West and D Rose was in the East, and we all know what the East was back in the day.
Okay. But and also I think what he said, how long you did it, that part, that's the part that I think changed the game too, because when you contrast in the peaks, we would consider statistically Westbrook had a longer peak in his career than Derrick Rose did.
Because he was durable, right,
that part. And when you know, the best ability is availability, and Chills actually said that in the debate. So, you know, I kind of edged him in that. Like, so if Chill never said that, then I could say, well, Chill should have said that. But he did say it. So, you know, honestly, I got to give credit where credit is due. You feel what I mean?
Exactly.
So, yeah, you know, that being said, this is the reason why I kind of edged it to Chill. But it was close.
Yeah, it was close. So close.
All right, we can get into the next one. I had this for a minute. Who else? Oh, did you see the ticket in Young Africa?
Yeah, that was a good debate, though. I ain't gonna lie. I loved this one than the first one.
Yeah, something else.
Up on FIS Sports, and Ticket done got me waiting, man. Hey, don't make me wait any longer. It's only gonna get worse for you, Ticket. It's only gonna get worse, man. But yo, man, you know what we do. FIS,
Africa with the shiesty mask.
Man, come on, Lions Den basketball community. But when a real lion pull up, now we talking about what? We running now? Oh, nah, more like zebras den, because they be running with the stripes.
Okay. Hey, look, y'all. Young Africa in the backstage. He waiting. Hopefully, Ticket TV pulls up, man. We'll see, man. We will see. Somebody has to go get this, man. Because like I said, Young Africa, if you don't show up, Young Africa will never let Ticket live this down. Every time he sees Ticket, every platform, he's going to remind Ticket that he went missing in action when it was time to debate on a neutral big stage, man. You really attack the things that they said in the prior rounds, break up their credibility, and you kind of attack some of the things that you heard, and then Africa's going to finish it off. You cool with that?
Yeah, that's cool. How much time we got, though? For real, I really only got like 15, 20 minutes.
But Breezy, I need to say this.
Oh, Ron, my goodness.
What's good?
Ron is easy work, bro.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, like I said, man, I was coming at all of them, man. Like, stop it. They got to be on point, man. Y'all the toughest show out here. Y'all the player's choice. Y'all got players that, like me, I'm a player from the Himalaya, you know what I mean? So if I was to have to debate one of those player choice guys respectfully, I got to respect all of them. But again, for them, you know, FYF, they was talking spicy. Like, yo, you know, they called out and Damo said he wasn't available. Respectfully. But he wasn't available. You know what I'm saying? It's just how it looks on a debate situation. So that's why with the whole Young African Ticket TV, it's like, oh, all right, Ticket, he pulled up. He was a misunderstanding, but he pulled up. Hold on.
He did. Because, Ticket pulled up late because he really thought that the actual thing was going to be on the 8th. He didn't know there was a debate today. I mean, was it Monday? He didn't really know it was Monday, so he really thought it was on the 8th. That's why he was late.
Facts. That's what I was saying. I had posted.
That was Hollywood time.
Hold on.
My fault. Go ahead, I'm listening.
But I mean, Young Africa was talking spicy and bro, like shit, with the shiesty mask and all that. But I mean, he came out, he did his thing. But Ron, I think Africa won without even saying anything.
Nah, I think Young Africa, he showed up, you know what I'm saying? He was ready for the debate. And again, the whole thing with Ticket TV is I gotta give him credit, you know what I'm saying? I gotta give him, I do, you know what I mean? Because, you know, it's just, I gave him credit, you know what I mean? I even posted like, yo, I'm glad it wasn't nothing crazy. He just said he was in the gym. Like, he just said he was in the gym and that was it. It was just a misunderstanding, and that was it. So, and I give him the benefit of the doubt. I really don't, you know what I mean, feel like it's the other way around, or I give him the credit, put it like that. But hold on, we're gonna get into it.
Yeah. Hold on.
I'll give it up.
Hold on. Let's take it cook.
Huh? Oh, I thought that was
Nah.
Yeah, but you said wrong, easy work. Yo, I wanted to see it happen because Young Africa was talking shit. Hold on.
Take it, man. What's going on?
Oh my goodness.
Bro, nigga, what you got Viagra when you see me, nigga? You going all crazy and shit?
Oh, great time. No, you saved your boy from getting the body of the year, bro. That was about to be a body.
You wasn't finna do nothing but come in here.
I was about to destroy all that cap, bro. Don't do that, bro.
Hold on.
Hey, Ticket, if you want, I can body Ron, and then you can wait your turn. I can body you if you want like that. Or you can say
hold on, my man. Hold on, bro. Hold on, dog. Hold on. First of all, I didn't know this was until the 8th. I didn't know this was today. So I wasn't even checking my other phone for the message. Then when
he made these first teams over. He made the first team all NBA.
No, it's just you.
All right.
I'm gonna put you on the big screen. I'm gonna mute him, and like I said, you cook for 2 minutes, and then we're gonna do this
today. So I wasn't even checking my.
Hey, I don't got no problem finishing this shit though. Hey, my mama told me finish my breakfast. I don't get up in the middle of it.
Hey, Ron, I got it. Don't worry, I got it.
Second body of the year. That's great timing, man. Hey, I like how y'all.
I'm gonna see you again. I'll pull back up here too.
All right. Hey, Ron, we might have to finish that one. We're gonna have to finish that one. All right, let me drop you.
I'm gonna go ahead and take care of Osama real quick. Get him in the fucking.
Just so you can give a rundown of the format. Just so you know the rundown of the format. Y'all debating player for player, Jamal Murray versus Penny Hardaway. You got Jamal Murray. He has Penny Hardaway. And the format is 2 minutes each round. We got 3 rounds. The last round is your rebuttal round. You go first in the first round. Africa goes first in the second round. And then you go first in the third round. Africa's going to finish it off. That's the format we got. So when I put you on the big screen, that's when your time starts. You got 2 minutes on the clock each round, and you can cook on all your talking points. And then you can use the other rounds to kind of rebut the things you hear from Africa. But let me go ahead
and while we go, I can't cut him off. He can't cut me off, right?
No. Nobody can talk. No, it's just you.
All right.
I'm gonna put you on the big screen. I'm gonna mute him, and like I said, you cook for 2 minutes, and then we're gonna do the same for him each round, and then we're gonna have a vote. We got the chat vote. We got a panel of 5 panelists that vote, and then we got a tiebreaker vote, a special guest judge that breaks the tie if we have a tie after the fact. But let me go ahead and get you on the big screen. Ticket TV has Jamal Murray. Your time starts now.
All right, this is easy. Well, first of all, we got to look at both of their careers, and I ain't even do no research or no homework for this debate. I just showed up to cook his ass real quick because it's easy work. Y'all already know this. But when you look at Penny Hardaway's career, he only had a 4-year prime in his career. He only had a 4-year span, and mainly that 4-year span was playing with one of the most dominant players to ever play basketball, even more dominant than Jokic is right now, Shaquille O'Neal. And I can prove that because you can take a look at what happened with Penny when Shaq was gone versus what did Jokic do without Jamal Murray. Without Jamal Murray, Jokic was getting beat early in the playoffs and getting sent home. First round, second round, getting packaged up and sent home. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So we seen what Shaq went on to do without Penny. With other players, he went on to win a championship. And even as a sidekick, he went on to win a championship. Now, with Jamal Murray, he comes back off injury, instantly wins a championship, always been a 20-point player for these last, 3 or 4 years. Basically, he's been close to that. And not only that, Jamal Murray, he's the one, when he was healthy again in the bubble, that gave him the best chance to win because he carried them through the series against the Utah Jazz when he was dropping multiple 50-point games in that series, tearing off Donovan Mitchell head. So, yeah, I say he's better than Penny Hardaway because of the simple fact, one, he has a championship. No, he doesn't have the all-star and the accolades, but you have to remember, he's been hurt most of this time the last couple of years, so he didn't play. So Penny, he only had a 4-year prime when Shaq played, and they couldn't even get the world championship sealed up. They went and got swept. They didn't even get a game off a team who basically had a team, like you just said today yourself, Lamont, with a bunch of role players. So anything Africa can say makes no sense whatsoever because, again, Penny did nothing with Shaq as far as winning. He did nothing without Shaq. Jamal Murray just delivered the goods in the playoffs once again, not for the first time, but for the second time playing with Jokic, and it's proven that him with Jokic is a big difference in what the Denver Nuggets team do. Because when he was away, Jokic was getting smoked. He was there, they won.
All right, that's your time.
Mhm.
All right, y'all heard Ticket's first round. He came with it with Jamal Murray.
I think Ticket TV first round was tough.
It was tough. But here's the problem I had with Ticket. Like for the remaining rounds, he kind of emphasized on.
Hold on, we're gonna get to the later rounds. Just this round right here.
But I got actually a quick question.
Go
So
ahead.
when you're kind of judging who had the better debate, do you check if they lying or not?
Well, that's a good idea. I just kind of did this on the fly. I ain't playing it, but I could fact check it. But some of the stuff that he's saying, I know. I seen Penny play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I actually seen him play, and he was with Shaq. So we saying him not winning with Shaq or without Shaq, that shit, I feel like that's why I say he had a tough first round. That's a tough act for Young Africa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Let Young Africa rebuttal. I mean, he ain't even say nothing yet. So let's see.
Put you on the big screen, Young Africa, man. You the number one seed here on FYF Sports, man. People are expecting a lot with this take. Your time starts now.
Look, man. Look. See, this is why it's gonna be light work, man. Team success. This man's whole basis of why an individual player is better than another individual player is team success. We're literally talking about number two options, two players that are second options on their team, which means they are not the core reason why they win the championship. Even if they have an effect on the championship, they ain't the core reason why. So both the players play with a dominant big. Jokic is a dominant big, just like Shaquille O'Neal was a dominant big. Talking about ain't no Shaquille O'Neal in Jokic. Jokic is actually more versatile than Shaquille O'Neal. He actually impacts the game in more ways than Shaquille O'Neal, but somehow Jokic ain't Shaquille O'Neal. Jokic got more MVPs. Jokic just had more statistical dominance in the NBA, but we ain't even gonna go there. But when we talk about individual players, right? 6 years of Penny Hardaway's career compared to the last 5 seasons of Jamal Murray. It's actually quite comparable. Let me talk to you about Penny Hardaway. Penny Hardaway, in that time, made 4 All-Star teams, 3 All-NBAs. Jamal Murray got 0 All-Star teams, 0 All-NBAs. And he got 2, and this is all within the first 5 seasons of Penny Hardaway's career, right? 4 All-Stars, 3 All-NBA in 5 seasons. Now let's talk about the 2 first-team All-NBAs, yeah? In the 3 All-NBA, he has 2 first-team, and look at the context of who he made these first teams over. He made the first team All-NBA in his second and third year, something that Jamal Murray ain't even come close to, and he made teams over guys like Gary Payton, John Stockton, Clyde Drexler, Reggie Miller in 94, 95, the mid-90s, in their prime, he made it over those guys. Now let's talk about game, because individual game is what makes you better, not the team accomplishments. Versatility. Hardaway possessed great size for his ability, great size for his position. He had the ability to play multiple positions on the floor. His combination of size, ball handling, court vision, his playmaking ability was amazing in the half court, was amazing in transition. His passing ability, his natural ability to find plays in transition on the bounce, no look bounce passes. His athleticism, being able to finish at the rim. He was dunking on niggas in the 90s. Stop the cat. Talk about the game, bro.
That's time. Now,
don't worry.
That's the first round. We know in the second round, you got to go first.
Yo,
I hate the 2-minute thing, because if it was more time, Africa would have he would have won it unanimously. In my opinion.
I think Ticket TV going first was huge. I think that Young Africa is nice, and you could listen to Young Africa all day because he entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got love for Young Africa. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, I think he's good at what he's doing. I don't think he's just entertaining. I think he's good at what he do. But
the game.
That wasn't his tempo. He made some solid, valid points like team success versus individual talent, and mentioning the All NBA and All Stars was valid. That was valid. I kind of gave that to. I was with him with that. I'm with him with that. You know what I'm saying? Then he mentioned who he wanted over. I'm still with Young Africa because he's talking about individual talent. But Ticket is also saying that without Murray, the Nuggets ain't get it done. And that's where it's like, you feel what I mean? It's close. This is another tough battle. Tough one to call too. But I don't know, man. I feel like both of them went over the clock a little bit. I don't feel like Ticket rambled on, you know. I don't feel like he was wasting time trying to make Young Africa look away. He was really talking basketball. It wasn't really no antics from Ticket TV. He said a few things, but I thought it was funny when he said it. Young Africa, I don't think he did nothing wrong. I think that Ticket TV, his heavy hitter was the Denver Nuggets didn't have success without him, and him being on the roster. Even if he is the two guy, his impact on winning is the difference. And he said Penny never won with Shaq or without Shaq. And Shaq, you see him win with Kobe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if you see Penny and see him play, you know, someone who actually seen it, you do kind of wonder, like, yo, why didn't they? Like, and I know Akeem the Dream is nice, but for Shaq to get swept, it's like, wow. In the finals, wow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That being said,
but the Rockets had Clyde Drexler, right?
I think so. But still, it wasn't because of the two guard position. It was because of the center. You know what I mean? And it wasn't because of like Drexler guard and Penny. To my knowledge, Drexler was a great defender. So maybe so. I could double check, to be honest. But I really feel like Ticket, his approach was more direct. You know what I'm saying? Young Africa was rebuttaling what Ticket was saying. And that's why going first is important in a debate, because you could really use the round how you want to use the round. But what FYF is saying is there's a first round and then there's a rebuttal round. Like, there's different rounds for different things. Right. And I don't know if Young Africa utilized that round for only, you know what I'm saying, that specific thing. I think he used that first round for like a rebuttal round. But he the number one debater, so you know what I mean? I respect it. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know, but I kind of edged that. I think the Ticket is up single digits. I think Ticket is up by single digits.
You think so?
Next round. What you think?
I mean, I gave it to Young Africa just for the fact that he stayed on their individual talent, and with him saying the All-Star, the All-Star games, All NBA, bro, he made first team All NBA in his second season, bro. That's so huge.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's why I could shy away from saying that. I wouldn't give it to Ticket clear. Like, I'll see rounds where debates were won clearly. You know, this wasn't clear. Right. Now that you said that I ain't gonna lie, that was valid. The fact that he won those, he was playing that good to win over those that competitive.
Right. He named the players that he made the first team All NBA over, and these was players in their prime, and he was just in the second season. Facts. And with him saying that Penny has the ability to play multiple positions, that also was a huge point for me, because he was bigger. He was like, what, 6'6", 6'7". He can play the 1, he can play the 2, he can play the 3. But Jamal Murray can't play the 3. You know what I'm saying? Because he's too small for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nah, I don't know, man. That's a good one too, because Penny did play versus a lot of heavy competition, and I remember him coming into the league. It was nice. They had a movie called Blue Chips and all that. Penny was in that. You know what I'm saying? That's a little different story, but Penny was nice, man, and he was, you know, getting compared to like Magic because he was a tall point guard and he had a handle. And Jordan, you know what I'm saying, kind of gave him the torch, wanted to give him the torch, like, yo, you're not next guy up. Like, Penny was nice. So if you say Young Africa won, I respect that. I won't say Ticket won that clearly. Like certain ones, I say like clearly, like nah, this guy won. But if somebody say Young Africa won, I'm not even mad at that. You know, looking at it again, I might say Young Africa win because that point was valid. When you talk about, again, the emphasis is not team success. You in the debate far as who's better, you gotta give, you gotta pay attention to the accolades of that said player. You know what I mean? Because like, what if you're a guy on the bench? You know what I'm saying? Your team is nice. It's like Sean Livingston. Sean Livingston got like 3 championships. You know what I mean? Like, but it wasn't because he was the number one guy. Robert Horry got 7 championships. He was never the number one guy. You know what I'm saying? Right. But you can't take away they got championships. Mm-hmm. So it's all in how you articulate the debate. You know what I mean? So I'm not mad. I'm not mad at you saying Young Africa got that round. Or hold on, let's get to the next round.
All right. And then Ticket gets the opportunity to follow up right behind you. So we're going to just reset the clock, and we're going to put Africa right back on the screen for your second round. You start off the second round.
No problem.
Your time starts now.
Look, as I was saying, when we break down who is a better individual player, you break down their games. Career, when we talk about greatness and their career, now we're talking about their accolades and their achievements. But even those things, you got to put into the context of how they got those championships, if they got some. And he only got 1, right? But let's talk about this. When we talk about their games, see, the thing you didn't want to talk about, Penny Hardaway is a more versatile player, like I just said. His playmaking ability is better than Jamal Murray. His passing ability, his ability in the transition, like I was saying. Now, his scoring ability, Hardaway was a highly skilled scorer who would impact the game in various ways. He could shoot from the mid-range. He had a smooth jump shot. His ability to hit from the three-point line, off the dribble. He could finish at the rim with dunks, acrobatic, ridiculous layups. And he was a threat off ball, off the dribble, and as a spot-up shooter, right? His scoring ability was greater than Jamal Murray, right? Athleticism was way greater than Jamal Murray. His ability in the 90s to finish over bigs on a consistent basis, taking contact, was one of the greatest guard play we had ever seen up to that point in the NBA. And then we talk about the biggest difference in their game, the defensive ability. Hardaway was a solid and excellent defender. His size and quickness allowed him to guard multiple positions. He had great ability in the passing lanes. He was able to be a solid perimeter defender, and that was shown against teams like the Michael Jordan Bulls. Now he wants to talk about how the Penny Hardaway and Shaq lost to Hakeem. He don't want to talk about how he beat Jordan on the way to Hakeem Olajuwon. He beat that guy, and he was guarding him, and he was playing high level offense. His basketball IQ, the ability to impact the game with the flashiness. We talk about the whole player as a whole, and we talk about Penny Hardaway is better than Jamal Murray has ever been when we talk about individual play. And then we talk about the statistical greatness of his career, early in his career, when the best season of Penny Hardaway's career, averaging 21, 22 points per game, 7-8 assists, is better than Jamal Murray ever has done.
That's time.
Competition is evident. But go ahead.
All right, that's time. Ticket, you had a chance to hear his second round. It's on you,
Lamont.
To go
you the devil,
boy.
You know that you the devil. I don't know why you put these chumps up against me, man.
All right, well, hey, let's hear it then.
You the devil. Man, listen, you easy to beat, boy. First of all, you giving praise to a dude who beat Michael Jordan, who came back and played 16 games, who wasn't even in basketball shape. But then the very next year when he came back and swept them niggas and sent them home, wrapped them up real quick in plastic. Sit your ass down and shut the hell up. Then you talked about, this isn't about winning, how we judge players. That's a lie. We judge all the great players off winning, which is another reason why Dame Lillard wants to leave Portland now and go to the Miami Heat, because he knows most people would judge his career based off winning. Janet jackass. Now, let's get back to Carmelo Anthony. Why did we give Carmelo Anthony a certain amount of praise that he should have gotten in his career? Why? Because people say he didn't win. So what do? They downgrade his career and downgrade his performances and downgrade what he brought to the game because he didn't win, asshole. Like, this is the same reason why LeBron James left the Cleveland Cavaliers when he couldn't get over the hump and win, because he knew that is how people were going to judge his game and his career based off winning, sir. Again, so now let's rewind back and talk about Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray can do everything Penny did. Jamal Murray can get off the dribble and get his own bucket. Jamal Murray can shoot the three better than Penny Hardaway. Jamal Murray has the same mid-range, has post-up moves, has fadeaways. Jamal Murray can play make on the same level of Penny Hardaway as he showed in the playoffs, getting 30-point triple-doubles along with Jokic. Again, Jamal Murray has shown you the clutch gene when he's able to take over the games and do this and do that and whatever he need to do to kick a nigga ass like he did this year and like he did the year before he was hurt. Again, we look at Jamal Murray in a certain aspect because he has no all-star appearances, but you got to remember, 2 years deep into his prime, Jamal Murray was not playing. He was injured and hurt, sir. And again, you guys always criticize the 90s and say the guards in the 90s was trash, but then you'll praise Penny for making all them all-star teams against guards y'all say wasn't good. Y'all say Jordan didn't have no competition, but then Penny was playing against Jordan, and that was really the only competition y'all say he had. So then if Penny was making all-star teams, who he was making them over? If you look at Jamal Murray, he the one playing against all the killers. He the one got all the hitter guards in the Western Conference. He got to make the all-star team over again.
That's time. 2 minutes. Now, this is the rebuttal round. You can really attack the other
just let it rock,
and talking points. Ticket, you go first this round, so you can kind of pick up where you left off.
All right. Well, here's my thing. My thing is this. He said that the winning doesn't impact how we look at players. That's a lie. If that wasn't the case, KD would have never left the OKC Thunder. If that was the case, LeBron never leaves Cleveland. Dame never wants to leave Portland. This is the reason why players do that, because of how they will be looked at as far as their game when they retire. This is the same reason why Charles Barkley was a great all-time player, but people don't give him that credit because of that, because he didn't win a championship, point blank period. So these dudes all tried to move around, Charles and all the dudes I named, because they wanted their games to be looked and elevated on a different level when they retired, because they knew if they didn't and they stayed with one team, people wasn't going to give them their credit. It was going to tear them down like they do Allen Iverson. This is easy work. A caveman can do it. So yes, winning does impact how you look at players, because you can ask young Africa himself, would he look at his king, LeBron Ramon James, the same if he had no championships and stayed in Cleveland? Go ahead, though.
Okay, you forego your time.
I don't even need all the time. He cooked.
Okay, so that was his rebuttal round. He just finished up. Young Africa, you got the final say so in this. Your time starts now.
Bruh, see, first off, I never said that team success is not a factor in individual plays. I said that when we're talking about number two options and we're comparing who is a better individual play, if you start with team success, you got a flawed logic, right? So let me talk to you about how I measure a great player all time, right? I measure the skill level of a player. I measure their accomplishments. I measure their longevity, their consistency. I measure their impact on a game. I measure their statistical dominance. I measure, and then I get to their team success. But what we are talking about are two players that we compare in their first 5 years of their careers, right? Jamal Murray has not been an all-time great player yet, right? And so we're not talking about them in the all-time great standings when we talk about Jamal Murray and Penny Hardaway, right? So you're talking about Kevin Durant. You want to talk about LeBron James. You want to deflect and talk about hypotheticals. You don't want to talk about what we talk about right now, which is who is a better player, Penny Hardaway or Jamal Murray, and what they've shown us in their career. It's evidently Penny Hardaway. So you talk about in the 90s, yeah, not great guards. Gary Payton, Clyde Drexler, John Stockton.
None of those guys were in the Eastern Conference.
Hey, you can't cut me off because I'm frying you right now. Shut your ass up. Let me talk to you real quick. Shut your ass up. I know we cannot go back and forth. Shut your ass up. Let me keep you cooking right now because you mad because I done debunked the whole dumb shit that you talking about. No, shut that shit up. And rewind my shit 30 seconds because this man done trying to take my flow. But look at this. Look at this. Hey, Gary Payton, John Stockton, Clyde Drexler, Reggie Miller. These players are great players. These are the players that he made first teams over. Jamal Murray has never been first team All-NBA. Jamal Murray, when we talk about levels of players on an offensive level, I got Penny Hardaway as a great offensive player than Jamal Murray. But Jamal Murray is also a great offensive player. But look at the defensive differences of these two guys. Penny Hardaway was able to guard the best player on the other team. Penny Hardaway was able to be a solid perimeter defender, off-ball defender, being able to be in the passing lanes, being able to disrupt at 6'7" with a big wingspan, being able to do these things that Jamal Murray cannot do. He needs KCP. He needs Aaron Gordon to save a nigga on defense. He can't do it himself. So when we talk about all-around play, we talk about all the levels that we're talking about, this is ticket. in an era where he says that is the weakest defensive era all time. He wants to praise Jamal Murray because of his all offense, one-way production. But he talks about the 90s, the greatest defensive era ever. This was a great defensive era, way better than the current era that LeBron playing in, that these players playing in. But he want to hype up the numbers of Jamal Murray. Penny Hardaway was cooking.
No, hold on. Right now, hold on. That ended it. That's 3 rounds. So what am I?
Oh, Lamont, I thought you said we had like a round we could go back and forth. My bad. I thought
you cut me off.
No.
Shit up.
We can, y'all can go back and forth now, but the rounds for
Okay. Yeah, no. My bad, Lamont. I misunderstood. I thought you meant like this round was a round where if he said something, I could just rebuttal it. Like
no. When I say rebuttal round, that's your 2 minutes. You can take everything that he said and you can chop it up. You can
okay. My bad, dog. My bad.
Yo, shout to whoever's watching, whoever gonna see this. Shout to BG, man. This is an entertaining battle, man. This is oh shit, Leaf head. Yo, what up, Leaf?
Yo, what's good?
Yeah, I just finished watching. We could do this again tomorrow, man. This shit is worth the watch for a second watch.
No. I'm I'll allude on it because I did watch it after I joined earlier after the little show we had earlier.
Okay. So yeah, give me your hold on. Let Dre go, then you go. I go last. I'm about to call it a night, but I want to hear y'all spill on it. This last round, what you thought, Dre?
I mean, like I said, man, I got Young Africa because he made a great point by saying that Penny Hardaway was a better offensive player than Jamal Murray. And if you look at Penny's game, he can score the ball effectively, he can facilitate effectively, and overall he's a better offensive player than Jamal Murray in my opinion. So I got Young Africa. I don't know. Ticket kept saying the winning bias and all that, so I got a question. I mean, Kobe Bryant was a second option. Scottie Pippen was a second option. So is Scottie Pippen better than Kobe just because he got 6 championships? No.
Nah, I'm not about to go there with you, man. You said you got Young Africa winning it. All right, cool. What about you, Leaf? What you think?
I had to watch it a couple of times because everybody had basically got on ticket because after the battle, like a lot of the focus was on after the battle and the vote. Everybody was getting on Dub about his vote because he Dub said he didn't watch the entire video, but somehow he had a vote. But my access on it, bro, like after watching it like about 3 times, I had ticket, and the reason why I had ticket is because the thing is, like everybody kept saying, even though we kept saying player to player, that Penny versus Jamal Murray, we still got to shoe in the fact the impact and all the other stuff in there. Because at the end of the day, man, like it's what can you do for your team? What can you do for everybody else? Like we talking about look, right now. Well, like right now, we talking about Joker and Murray as a duo. And when this postseason ended, we was talking about it as a duo. But to harp on Ticket made a valid point about what Murray was to that team. Murray was actually a number 1 on that team before in the bubble. So a lot of people don't know that.
Didn't say that though.
Ticket didn't say exactly that, but I mean,
right? No, he did allude to
he did allude to
not being
bubble,
able to get it done without Murray. That was smart.
He did allude to the bubble run that they had when Murray was going off for 50 points going back and forth with Donovan Mitchell in that first round, and then the second round the comeback against the Clippers, and then all the way to the conference finals when they played the Lakers and they lost. But outside of that, I didn't think I thought the argument was an uphill argument for Penny anyway, because Penny obviously didn't have that success as being somewhat of a number 1 that Jamal Murray was back in the bubble. Like the whole time he was with Shaq, I never thought Penny had like the legit number 1, had them runs as a number 1. So I was just going off of that. I can't, like, in terms of the debate, I thought it was close, but I think Ticket edged him in terms of, like, even though he said the same thing, like it seemed like Young Africa said the same thing about Penny over Jamal Murray, because he kept talking about his game and what he could do and being a versatile defender. I heard that for like at least 2 out of the 3 rounds. So like I gave it the ticket just off the strength
I
of
think what happened was it depends how you look back. To me, were you done, Leaf? Were you done?
Yeah. I was done.
All right, so you edged it to ticket, right?
Yeah. I gotta give ticket that one because
Right.
overall,
So
I didn't think the Penny player argument was as steep as the player argument that
right. That's what I was about to get into about how the sample size.
Right.
Murray hasn't been in the league as long as Penny been in the league.
Right.
And who would use that statistic to their advantage? And when Ticket said Penny ain't do nothing with Shaq or without Shaq, I thought Ticket had the advantage with that. But
right.
when Young Africa rebuttal, like, well, he just kind of trying to make it the time span of 4 to 5 seasons, but Murray been in the league for what, 7 seasons, right?
Yeah,
right.
So he couldn't match that prime sample size. So I kind of edged it to Ticket because of that. So I don't think Young Africa was robbed, especially in that 3rd round. But this shit is close. This isn't like
I thought it was close to.
But Breeze,
Yeah.
you think making first team All NBA as a second option is not
No,
doing
that's
anything?
what I'm saying. Like, all right, when I'm saying it's close, Dre, I mean like lead changes close. Like Ticket had a lead, then Young Africa say what he's saying. I'm listening to what he's saying, and then he'll take the lead. He'll tie it and then take the lead. And then Ticket, he'll rebuttal and he'll say that. But then what he said about the winner's bias and going on about that. But one of the more valid points was about how players consider success winning in their career, no matter what their individual talent is. Like Mitch Richmond. You know what I mean? He's a great individual talent. You know what I'm saying? But did he ever win it? You know what I mean?
I think he got one title with the
he got one
Lakers.
title.
He got one championship with the Lakers. Yeah.
I think the second
Okay,
one.
see, he did win it. See, I didn't know that. Shout to y'all.
Yeah, Glenn Rice got one title too with the with the Lakers, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean to say who won, I don't know, man. I might.
I think
I would have to give it to Ticket in this, man. But I think he edged him though. It wasn't Ticket was talking mad shit like he whooped his ass. He did not whip Young Africa ass, man. You could call this either way.
Yeah.
On
I think
another watch, I might
way,
say
but
Young
I
Africa.
think
You know what I'm saying?
I think where he edged it at, like obviously they both been to the finals once.
Right.
And we seen what Jamal Murray added on with to Jokic. He was arguably the best player in that Lakers series in that sweep. He was averaging 32, 7, and 6.
Right.
That was crazy numbers. And then he comes in the finals, and this is where Africa kind of
Ticket said that too. Ticket said
and this is where Africa kind of lost me because he going up against Jimmy Butler in the 8th seed Miami Heat, and then you said we didn't forget that he forgot to mention that the Houston Rockets was the 6th seed when they won a championship against Orlando Magic. So if you want to say that,
right, it was stuff that was left out. But one thing that was a table turn was when Young Africa said, "Don't forget to mention that he beat Jordan on the way to that finals." And then he said Jordan only played 16. Ticket TV said he only played 16 games. And then he came back and he whooped that ass and wrapped him up.
And wrapped him up the very next year.
Right. And that's when I said, that's what I'm saying. Lead changes. I feel like when Young Africa said that about Jordan and Penny and how he played versus Jordan, how Penny played versus Jordan. I thought that
I felt like Ticket had good recoveries for a lot of
that's
stuff.
what I'm saying. It was lead changes. Young Africa took the lead, and then Ticket like, nah, give me that. It was a tie, then it was a lead change. You know what I'm saying? So again, I try to metaphorically like say it in the basketball way. And I think it was lead changes in this, and at the end,
I think the controversy,
but it was close.
the controversy came because Dub obviously didn't watch the entire
Yeah,
debate.
that
He
was
had a vote.
nasty work.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was
and he had
nasty
like, and
work.
he obviously he been, and they asked him over. He's like, yo, I didn't watch the rules of the debate or whatever. Then you ain't watched the entire debate. I had to go back and actually watch the entire
But
debate.
that's on FYF though. Nasty
Yeah,
work on
yeah.
FYF.
I think that's on Lamont. Yeah. Lamont had he was basically like just kind of rushing it and giving people the ranks to vote, whether without actually people having the idea of them actually watching the entire debate bit for bit and piece for piece and word for word. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think there's definitely I think in terms of the debate portion of it and how it was voted on, I think PC did it better at the Thanksgiving Day joint a while back, the Black Friday joint, because they had actually people that was actually sitting in for the entire battle. They had Ron had brought in like 2 or 3 people, actual panelists from like each channel. I think it was a dude, the light skinned kid that was doing the joints with Gilbert Arenas and it was somebody else.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah. So I think they did it better. I think Lamont FYF, he kind of rushed it. It seemed like he kind of rushed it because everybody thought the actual battle was gonna be on the 8th, and then
Yeah, no, but this is what I'm saying. This was just more of a face off, I think. You know, I think this is just a little warm up. This is a warm up. You know what I'm saying? I don't think this is the actual battle.
Me personally, I
think this is a promotion battle. Like this is just the beginning. You know what I mean? Like
I thought Ticket was doomed, bro. When it was like 3 different people that he done had words with in the past. Most of the people that came up there and voted, even including the chat, man, Ticket, listen, they done had their wars with Ticket. Like Ticket, oh man, listen, we are very, very aware that Ticket done rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, especially on YouTube, man. Like it is what it is. But certain people that came up in there, I honestly thought they was gonna favor Young Africa.
I'll be focused on the debate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll be focused on the debate, and it's a good thing everybody was focused on the debate, but everything kind of went at a standstill and went left into the Dub voted because
but
you had like 9 different people getting on Dub, and Bobby and a couple of people from PC was the only ones that was protecting them and everything. So
I think
FYF kind of let him get jumped. I was actually looking forward to Ron and Young Africa because Ticket had came in right in time after Ron got his little round off.
Bro, that would have been a body bag.
Yeah, no, seriously, you don't.
I don't think it would have.
You don't listen. Ron did exactly what he needed to do. He stalled. He stalled enough for enough time listen, that's what I'm trying to tell you. He caused a distraction. You know what I'm saying? He caused an interference. He spilled the cup on the field. Yeah. You know what I mean? Somebody ran across, somebody streaked across the field so they could get extra time. You know what I mean? And then at the end, he made it good too. He said, You sure you don't want me to whip his ass? Ticket said, Nah, I got him.
Yeah, I got him.
So you gotta love Ron for that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm still in terms of what was about to go down, bro. I'm still talking to people. And it's amazing to me, bro. Like, I don't know, maybe it's ESPN or whatever the hell these stations is you want to call them nowadays. I'm trying to figure out how the hell LeBron get ahead of Kobe to begin with. Like, I
don't know, man. But listen, I'm gonna get to more of this later. It's late, man. I just wanted to pull up. And again, man, this shit was fun, man. Shout out to everybody that was part of the debate. Shout out to Players Choice and FYF Sports. Shout out to Andre76. Shout out to Leaf. I'm glad he showed up, man. I wish he would have been here from the beginning. We probably do this again on another day. Shout out to the chat. I love y'all, man. It's Brooklyn, big fan, Breezy. It's Nets fans. It's the best fans. It's what I'm saying? All season y'all rocking. The first summer game is the 7th.
Hey yo, hold up. Wait. Before I leave, yo, Dre, what the hell is going on over there? Them niggas done cleaned it. What what's going on over
Oh
there?
nah.
front
Fuck, they don't get no airplay right now, man. They we gonna get to that.
I mean, it's the off season, man. I mean, listen, we get like half and half, man. We got months before the season start. I need to know what the hell.
Yeah, but pull up early. I'm gonna probably do a show early, like 11 o'clock or so.
Tomorrow I probably got to kick it. Go in this little office space a little bit. But I'll probably be back around somewhere in the night, or probably after like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
All right, cool.
I gotta make some runarounds and shit, but.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't know what the hell happened to them Sixers, bro. Like that shit there.
Yeah, pull up. Pull up.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to the Nets fans. We the best fans. Shout out to the other fans too. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. But the Nets fans is the best fans. Y'all have a good night, man. Peace.
All right, yeah, we're gonna wreck.
Big fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog.
BROOKLYNLY.